Soaring at the very roof of the world, in the stark, thin-aired realms where rock meets sky, exists a creature so uniquely adapted, so shrouded in legend, that it seems less a product of evolution and more a figment of mythical imagination. This is the Lammergeier, the bearded vulture, a bird that has been simultaneously feared as a monstrous predator and revered as an alpine spirit. Its story is not merely one of biological facts, but a profound narrative of ecological specialization, cultural misunderstanding, and a desperate fight for survival in a changing world. To understand the Lammergeier is to understand how life can carve out her existence in the most unforgiving of environments, turning scarcity into opportunity. The very name of this bird speaks to its troubled relationship with humanity. Lammergeier is a German word meaning lamb vulture, a direct reference to the ancient and erroneous belief that it preyed upon lambs and even small children. Its scientific name, Gypaetus barbatus, is more accurate, though no less evocative. It translates to bearded vulture eagle, a nod to its unique taxonomic position. It is not a true vulture, but an ancient evolutionary line within the Accipitridae family, making it a relative of eagles and hawks that diverged onto its own solitary path millions of years ago. It is the only species in its genus, a solitary monarch of the high crags, instantly recognizable by its singular silhouette against the mountain sun. To behold a Lammergeier in flight is to witness a masterclass in aerial efficiency. Its proportions are breathtakingly vast, with wings that stretch nearly 10 feet from tip to tip. These are not the broad, power-generating wings of an eagle, but long, narrow, and elegant pinions designed for a single purpose: to soar for hours, days even, on the slightest thermal updrafts that rise from sun-warmed rock faces. This immense wingspan is coupled with a long, distinctive, diamond-shaped tail, which acts as a precise rudder, allowing the bird to execute tight, banking turns within the deep, confining valleys of its home with an agility that seems impossible for its size. Its head, perhaps its most striking feature, is not bald like a vulture's, but covered in fine, white plumage, starkly contrasted by a sleek black mask across the eyes and those namesake, jet black bristles. The beard, that hang like a wagtail's from its beak. This beard is no mere ornament, it is a practical piece of evolutionary armor, protecting its face from flying shards of bone and flying shards during its unique meals. And it is its diet that truly sets the Lammergeier apart from every other creature on Earth. It is the world's only obligate osteophage, a vertebrate that specializes in eating bone, which constitutes up to 90% of its diet. This remarkable strategy was born from intense competition. When a large animal dies in the mountains, the carcass becomes a crowded, dangerous buffet. Lions, leopards, and hyenas claim the muscle meat and organs. Smaller predators and scavengers pick over the scraps. Conventional vultures, with their weaker beaks and talons, swarm the scene for soft tissue. The Lammergeier avoids this conflict altogether. It is the patient opportunist, often seen circling high above the frenzy, waiting for the crowds to dissipate. What they leave behind is a sun-bleached skeleton, a resource that is available year-round, nutrient-rich, and utterly uncontested. For the Lammergeier, this is not the end of the meal. It is the main course. The process of accessing this bony treasure is a breathtaking display of learned intelligence and breathtaking physicality. For smaller bones, it simply swallows them whole. But for large, dense bones like the femur of a cow or ibex, it employs a tool-use technique that is unparalleled in the avian world. Selecting a specific bone, it lifts off from the carcass, the heavy load clutched securely in its powerful talons. It then begins to climb, beating its great wings to gain altitude, often reaching heights of 150 meters or more. It is searching for a very specific type of terrain, a large, flat, rocky plateau known as an ossuary, or anvil. Once positioned directly above it, the bird releases its cargo. The bone plummets end over end, accelerating until it strikes the rocks below with tremendous force, shattering into manageable pieces. The bird then spirals down to inspect the results. Often, a single drop is not enough. It will repeat Repeat the process multiple times with the same fragment until it is perfectly sized. This is not a blind, instinctual act, but a calculated and learned behavior, often taught by parents to their young over their 2-year dependency period. The final, miraculous component of this process is internal, a digestive system that produces stomach acid with a pH near 1, among the most corrosive in the animal kingdom, capable of dissolving calcified bone and extracting the fatty, nutritious marrow within 24 hours. This highly specialized existence dictates every aspect of the Lammergeier's life. It is a bird of remote, high-altitude wilderness, found in fragmented populations across the Pyrenees, the Alps, the Ethiopian highlands, the Caucasus, and the Himalayas. It is utterly dependent on vast territories of open, rugged terrain, rich in carcasses and, crucially, punctuated by the cliff faces it requires for nesting and roosting. Their nests are massive, untidy piles of sticks and animal wool, built on remote, inaccessible ledges that offer protection from predators in the elements. These nests are often used for decades by a mating pair, as these birds are typically monogamous and mate for life. Their reproductive strategy is one of quality over quantity. They lay only 1 or 2 eggs, and the parents invest an extraordinary amount of time and care into raising a single chick, which will remain flightless for months and dependent on its parents for up to 2 years. This slow pace of life means that populations are incredibly vulnerable to disruption. The loss of a single breeding adult can have a devastating impact on a local population. Today, the old threats of persecution have been replaced by new, even more insidious dangers, leading to its classification as near threatened on a global scale. The greatest threat is poisoning. It is often the unintended victim of poisoned baits left out for wolves, foxes, and other predators. Furthermore, it suffers from secondary poisoning by consuming carcasses containing lead fragments from hunters' bullets. The bird's immense wingspan and focused flight paths make it highly susceptible to collisions with power lines and wind turbines. Furthermore, human disturbance from tourism, climbing, and development encroaches on its last remaining secluded nesting sites. The same slow reproductive rate that served it well in a stable environment now makes it incredibly difficult for populations to recover from these losses. The Lammergeier is a living paradox. It is a bird that turned death's most durable remains into the secret of its life. It is a creature once hated out of ignorance, now cherished for its uniqueness. It represents the incredible power of life to adapt, to find a way in the most unexpected of places. Its continued survival is a test of our own willingness to understand, to make amends for past wrongs, and to ensure that this magnificent bone-eating phoenix continues to ride the mountain winds forever. So, what did you think? Is the Lammergeier one of the most incredible birds you've ever heard of? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single one. If you want to join me as we uncover more of nature's best-kept secrets, hit that subscribe button and don't forget to click the bell so you won't miss what's next. Our next video is already up, exploring the deep-sea creature that lives in total darkness. Until next time, stay curious.